Hi guys, Neil at Italia Autos, back again with another episode finally on the Jap Import GTA. It's been a while since I've been able to work on this, purely for the fact that I've had a car stuck on the ramp for the last few months. You've probably seen it in the back of the videos, a big red 166. The story with that is some valve damage has happened, so I've had to take the heads off it, send the heads off to be refurbished. But we're struggling, the company that I've sent it to are struggling to get some valves through it at the minute, so we are on hold on that one, so I've had to wheel it outside. So I've now got this ramp free. This car can be on here for a few weeks now, so I can spend some of my spare time on it. If I need to pull the engine, it's in the right position so I can pull the engine out of it. I hope to be stripping it all down today, having a look inside the cylinders with the camera, if it'll fit inside the spark plug wells, and also getting all the hydraulic lifters out to make sure they're all okay. So I think it's going to be one of two problems. It's either going to be hydraulic lifters damaged, or it's going to be the top of the pistons, top end knock. So we're going to have to try and investigate that. So hopefully it's just a valve lifter, because that's the cheapest possible repair. But as with GTAs, assume it's going to be the worst repair possible. Now I've checked all the spark plugs, they all look okay. They're not overly wet, they're not overly black, they're not overly white. So there's nothing wrong with the spark plugs, which was probably safe to assume that was the case anyway. Now I've got access to the pistons, I'm going to stick my camera down each cylinder and have a look to see if I can see any damage. What I'm probably just going to see is a lot of black carbon buildup, but mainly I'm going to be looking for any sort of valve contact or any scratches in the walls. And once I've done that, if everything looks okay, I'm going to do a compression test on each cylinder. I would like to see each one sort of above 150 psi. Other than carbon buildup, I can't see anything there. There's no marks on the pistons or anything like that. So that cylinder was too high up for me to check the walls, so I will have to move the engine around to check that out. Do you want to get in? There we go. That's fine. You got 150. I would like to see that to be sort of a standard amount. About 160. Again, that's about 160, probably just under. Just under 160 again. Again. And again, it's about 155. So they're all okay within tolerances. So there's nothing wrong with the compression of the engine. So the valves are okay. So what we need to do now is remove both these engine covers and all the gubbins at the side of the engine so we can time it all up. So I can then remove the 4 camshafts and I can then get the hydraulic lifters out to see how they are. What I'm going to check now is I'm just going to make sure all these end caps are tight. That one was loose. Not enough to cause it to rattle though. Okay, so 2 were probably under torqued, the rest are tight enough, so I wouldn't imagine that those 2 that weren't torqued up causing any problems. See any visible damage on any of the cams? Wear is actually quite minimum. So let's get it up in the air now and get all the cam belt related stuff off so we can delve deeper into the engine. You can see I've actually removed pretty much everything from the cam belt area. I've actually removed all the covers and I've actually removed the engine mount there. So let's crack on. I'm going to take this one out first because this seems to be where the noise is coming from. So it would be nice if it was just 1 or 2 lifters Should seen better days. I'd say it's lifters. Right. Let me show you a good lifter first, that's going to be easier. Now, this lifter here, to me, is perfectly fine. If you look in the centre there, that's the hydraulic part of it, and you shouldn't really be able to push that at all. And as I'm trying to push it, not moving at all. Let's move over to this one here. Not much force I'm going to put into it, and look how much that's moving up and down. See? As you see, this one also has gone. Let's try the end too. So unfortunately, after 10-20 minutes of searching on the internet, nowhere has these in stock. So I'm going to have to use some used ones, unfortunately. I'm going to go through all the others and check them thoroughly, make sure they're all okay, and then replace the ones that need changing, and then pop it all back together and let's see if the noise is gone. I've changed 10 of the lifters, so we now have 24 good lifters in there. I've started putting it back together. I've put the cams back in, torqued all of the lobes up, and I'm just starting to put the rest of it back on now. So we're just going to jump cut until we're putting it back together now. No point you watching all the same thing but in reverse. Actually, that's what I could do. I could just play it back to you in reverse, but no, I won't do that. So yeah, see me in a couple of hours once I have put this all back together. Other than needing to top up the water, put the front cover on and the side cover on, we are pretty much ready to go. I have connected the computer to it and reset the fault codes from when I was cranking it without the coil packs on and the throttle body on. So fingers crossed we're good to go. I do expect the top end to be noisy until oil circulates around the engine and gets into the hydraulic lifters a bit better. So hopefully after a minute or two it should quieten down. Oh man, so yeah, bottom end is knocking. We've gone through everything else on the top end just to try and eliminate everything. The top end is quieter now, there's not as much rattling going on, but the bottom end does need a rebuild. So unfortunately, I think we're going to have to leave this one here, and I'm going to have to get the engine out and send the bottom end off to be rebuilt. So join me in the next episode. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.